So guys, exciting news today. We have Newt back in the Monday Racing League as surprise guest today for the last race in year 2024. Maybe you remember Newt has been a crazy champion from the season 4. I'm on the board, it's a Muffin Man from the United States. It's a 133, 3, 2, 1, 3, no, 2, 3, whatever, 3 to 1. Now Frank Tanker saw he had a purple sector 1, slow driving McLaren in front, purple sector 1, green sector 2, and Mute in front. Goes to P3 and Frank Tank to P1, a 131.998 for him. Green sector 1, we see a purple sector 1 for Jojo in the Ferrari, only 1000 faster than Aroble. So let's roll the dice. Jojo slower in sector 2, let's go to him, he aborted. Let's go back to Aroble, who's finishing his hot lap with a nice and tidy time, 2 green sector times. Is Aroble going for pole? Yes or no? Final turn. Nice traction zone there. He is 1/10 faster than Frank Tank for the time being. Nice turn there. Now the final one. Sliding around. Stays on P7. And we have Kairobang. 2 green sector times. Little slide there. Oi. Into final corner. Stays on P5. What is Jojo able to achieve here? Jumps up to P3. We can have Wolfrin. Slightly improving. Jumps up to P7. Then Aroble goes into pit. What about Champ Mute? Purple sector 1, green sector 2, and is he going for pole? Yes, he goes for pole, unless Frank Tank can steal it away from Mute, but yellow sector 1, purple sector 2 jumps up to P2, a close one. We have Mute is back, return of Mute is a pole position for the Greek driver, former driver champion in the Monday Racing League, Frank Tank on position 2, Aroble 3, Jojo 4, Kairobang 5, Gianbartolomeo 6, Wolfrin 7, Muffin Man on 8, Myth on position 9, and Berra with no valid lap time on P10. That's very interesting stuff to see Mute returning to the Monday Racing League, sandbagging a little bit with his pace. But of course we haven't seen the pace from Berra, the best, really the best qualifier in the Monday Racing League. It'll be a hell of a battle next week. If Mute is driving again in Imola, in Italy. Let's go for the camera. POV from position 4 from Jojo. That's 28 laps. 50% race. K-Bang and Wolverine disqualified. Now let's start 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And out the way we go. Let's go racing here in Texas. Nice start from Aroble, also a good start from Jojo, overtaking Frank Tank. Of course, Frank Tank with the hard rubber tires. A little ghosting session there for Frank Tank. But luckily nothing happened and Myth is back, even a bigger job to do. We haven't lost too much time, 0.7 seconds behind Wolfrin. 1 second now and Yo-Yo is chasing down Champ Mute. Yo-Yo went wide there. Was it a warning? Yes, it was a warning. Oh. Close to a slide away from Mute. Yo-Yo gets a 3 seconds. One for Wolfrin and one for Muffin Man. Now Yo-Yo goes for the overtake. Let's go to the outside action here. Little slide from Yo-Yo at the exit of that turn. And Mute is back on P1. And Frank Tank so close behind Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo needed to avoid the collision with Mute. A little rear-ender. But he just avoided it. A little tap to the rear of Mute's car. Giving him the sign that he can go a little bit faster. Wow, so close, so close. Tricky stuff there, and we know Mute is a champion of serving the battery power. Serving and saving. Oh, the inside move from Frank Tank overtaking Yo-Yo. It's really nice to see 6 drivers. Everybody less than 1 second gap to the driver in front. And 3 seconds for K-Bang. Resulting into 6 seconds in total for him. And the overtake from Aroble into the turn after the long straight. Nicely timed. Hey. That was a risky one. Little slide from Mute there now. I think Yo-Yo might overtake now Mute. Not so far. Still Frank Tank leading. Now, what a dive from Myth. What an overtake. So Myth is on a hunt now. We're in lap number 9, so a lot more action to come. And the dive from Aroble just before the long straight. No damage there. Again a dive. Nah, I don't play darts, I just watch. And the inside move there from Aroble. Aroble fighting heavily with Myth there. Red Bull versus V-Carb. It's like we saw in the real world, Perez against Lawson. I just mean V-Carb against Red Bull. And Jean Bartolomeo is overtaking now Aroble. Jumps up to P6. And Mute going for the overtake at the end of the long straight, of course. That's the most common overtaking spot there. What was Yo-Yo doing there? Oi, what was that? Another 3 seconds for Frank Tank. Warning number 9. And Yo-Yo fighting with Frank Tank there. With the better aim for the Ferrari, I think. As the next turn goes as well to the right, but Frank Tank is still ahead of you. Nice battling here. And Myth already showing his car in the mirrors of Mute. I think it will not take too long time until Myth is overtaking Mute. He just did it now. Now Mute goes into pit. Yeah, beer is the most important one. Without beer you can't survive. And we see again another nice race from Gianbartolomeo. Would be nice to have him on the podium. For time being fighting for position 4 against Zsolti. I think he was a little bit careful with the medium rubber. Now 2.3 second gap between him and Myth. Let's see if the gap is coming down. And again, now Myth is responding with the fastest lap. And Arola as well. So we have a 1:34.718 from Arola, the current fastest lap here in Kota from the Monday Racing League. In race conditions, of course. Inside move from Yo-Yo there. Ay, 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 ay. Another track record, 1:34.456 from Myth. So he is closing the gap to Mute. We had a 2.3 second gap, now close to 1 second faster during the last lap. And here nice battles for position 4 between Yo-Yo, Gianbartolomeo in the Alpine and Arola in the Red Bull. Lost a little bit the momentum, you see how much time he lost. So 0.5 seconds behind Yo-Yo now. I was taking some beer, Zsolti. Welcome to the stream. I just saw now Frank Tank went for the new track record, 133.553 for him. You now again overtaking Myth. Was a close one for invalidation or track limit stop for Myth. I think these two drivers will have fun in the next races together if Mute is coming back. Let's keep fingers crossed to have another great driver in the league. Why? Let's have a look to the fight for the podium between Yo-Yo and Gianbartolomeo. As well as Robles there, and we see Frank Tank is closing the gap. It's only 1.5 seconds gap now between Robles on P4 and Frank Tank on P6. Now it's gonna be roll the dice for Frank Tank. If you wanna have some really good points result here, he needs to overtake these three cars and push as hell with his medium tires. Oi, that was a Roble. Lost the control of his car. Yellow flags in sector 2, we don't have a safety car, 4 laps ago. As far as I can see, no damage to the car from a Roble. Now Frankie is overtaking Gianbartolomeo. Wolverine gets a 3-second time penalty. What was that? A Wiener Walter from Yo-Yo. And Frank Tank now on position 3. I just love this camera. So nice. I love it. I love this track, this camera. Beautiful. For the last race of 2024 in the Monday Racing League. A little bit more than 2.5 laps and we have the two top drivers. We have a 3-second time penalty. We just saw it. Myth cutting the corner, gets another warning. Receives a 3-second time penalty, and this is more or less the win for Champ Mute at his return date, 30th of December 2024 here in the Monday Racing League. What a nice comeback if he is winning. Well, there are still 2 laps to go. I just saw before the race that he has muted his microphone, of course. His name is Mute. Why not muting the microphone? But I'm sure Mute wanna win on track. No, 3 seconds time penalty for Gianbartolomeo as well. Myth wanna give him the position. Don't we see that? No. So he can steal maybe DRS at the long straight. But Myth is still ahead from Mute. And Mute also has 2 warnings, so he needs to be a little bit careful. 0.45 seconds now. Using all the battery, enabling DRS and overtaking at the end of the long straight. A little touch maybe. Nice driving. Just before, after the SS section, he received the third warning. On track, Myth is on P1, but finally Champ Mute is back. He's winning his first race after returning. Mute is back on P1 here in Austin, Texas. The Italian driver Myth on P2, then we're gonna have Yo-Yo on P3.